All right, so second chapter of today is Tinbergen's Questions by Irene Pepperberg, research associate and lecturer at Harvard University, adjunct associate professor of psychology, Neil, at Brandeis University, author of Alex and Me. Neil, why do we, and all other creatures, behave as we do? No answers really exist. I chose the ethologist and ornithologist Nikolai Tinbergen's questions for exactly that reason, because sometimes there is no one deep, elegant, and beautiful explanation. Much like a teacher of fishing rather than a giver of fish, Tinbergen did not try to provide a global explanation, but instead gave us a scaffolding upon which to build our own answers to each individual behavioral pattern we observe. A scaffolding that can be used not only for the ethological paradigms for which he was famous, but also for all forms of behavior in any domain. Succinctly, Tinbergen asked, what is the mechanism? How does it seem to work? What is the ontogeny? How do we observe it develop over time? What is its function? What are all the possible reasons it is done? What is its origin? What are the many ways in which it could have arisen? In attempting to answer each of these questions, we are forced to think, at the very least, about the interplay of genes and environment, of underlying processes, neuroanatomy, neurophysiology, hormones, and so on, of triggers and timing, what advantages and disadvantages are balanced, and how these may have changed over time. Furthermore, unlike most favorite explanations, Tinbergen's questions are enduring. Answers to his questions often reflect a current zeitgeist in the scientific community, but those answers mutate as additional knowledge becomes available. His questions challenge us to rethink our basic presumptions each time another chunk of data lands in our laps, whatever our field of study. Our fascination with simple, elegant answers strikes me as a Douglas Adams, Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, pursuit. We may find 42, but unless we know how to formulate the appropriate questions, the answer isn't always very meaningful. What is its origin? So we always assume that any behavior that we have just came from us, that we are the first cause of any behavior that we have. And maybe some environmental cues had something to do with it, but that we are, that it came from our desires or our needs or our knowledge, whatever. Which is so silly because no, right? The origin of most of our behaviors and thought patterns is evolution, is what was advantageous for our ancestors. But it's hard to see ourselves that way. It's not pleasant, is it? But I think there's a lot of peace in it. Anyway, there you go. I'm going to leave it at that. Thanks for hanging out. Bye.